Okay, we're live. My name is Craig Clark, and I'm the Executive Director of Allegheny County Industrial Development Agency in connection with the project, which is the subject of this public hearing, which is the Alle Catt Wind Energy LLC project in the towns of Rushford and Centerville, Allegheny County, New York. Tonight, we're in the Rushford Town Hall at 899 Main Street, town of Rushford. Today, I'm holding the second public hearing to allow citizens to make a statement for the record relating to the involvement of the agency with the following project for the benefit of Alle Catt Wind LLC, a state Delaware limited liability company. The proposed project consists of the following: the acquisition of an interest in multiple parcels of land located in the towns of Centerville and Rushford, Allegheny County, New York, together with various parcels of land scattered amongst approximately 15,000 leased acres located in the northwestern corner of the town of Rushford and throughout the town of Centerville, Allegheny County, New York. The construction and the installation of the land of approximately 28 wind turbine generators averaging 4.5 megawatts each for a total of 126 megawatts. The construction of associated access roads and electrical interconnect infrastructure. The acquisition and installation of certain machinery and equipment therein and thereon. All of the foregoing to constitute a wind energy generating facility be owned and operated by the company, and the equipment being collectively referred to as the project. The granting of certain financial assistance with respect to the foregoing include potential exemptions from certain sales and use tax, real property tax, real estate transfer tax, and mortgage recording taxes, and the lease obligation or sale of the project facility to the company or such other person as may be designated by the company and agreed upon by the agency. The proposed project and financial assistance were the subject of previous public hearings conducted by the agency on December 30th, 2019. The purpose of the second public hearing to provide for the consideration of the amended financial assistance. I intend to provide general information on the agency's general authority and public purpose to provide assistance to the proposed project. I then open the comment period to receive comments from all present who wish to comment on either the proposed project or the amended financial assistance being contemplated by the agency for the project. However, before discussing the general information and opening the public hearing for comments, I would like to first describe some details regarding the amended financial assistance as outlined in the revised application. The estimated value of tax exemptions will be $4.429 million in sales tax, an increase of $3.807 million since the previous public hearing, and $3.964 million in mortgage recording tax, and $32.247 real estate million in property tax exemption. The property recording tax exemption benefit was not previously requested by the company. The provisions of Chapter 1030 of the laws of 1969 New York, constituting Title I of Article 18A of the General Municipal Law, Chapter 24 of the Consolidated Laws of the New York as amended, and Chapter 99 of the 1973 laws of the State of New York as amended, codified as Section 906A of said General Municipal Law, authorize the agency to promote, develop, encourage, and assist in acquiring, constructing, reconstructing, improving, maintaining, equipping, and furnishing of manufacturing, warehousing, research, and commercial industrial facilities, among other things. Pursuant to Section 859A of the General Municipal Law of the State of New York, the act prior to the agency providing any financial assistance on any project, the agency, among other things, must hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 859A of the Act with respect to said project. Since the proposed financial assistance provided by the agency with respect to the proposed project may exceed $100,000, then prior to providing any financial assistance of more than $100,000 on the proposed project, the agency must hold a public hearing on the nature and location of the project facility and proposed financial assistance provided by the agency with respect to the proposed project. After consideration of the revised application received from the company, the members of the agency adopted a resolution on July 11, 2024, authorizing the executive director of the agency to conduct this second public hearing with respect to the proposed project pursuant to Section 859A of the Act. The executive director of the agency caused notice of this second public hearing to be mailed on July 15, 2024 to the chief executive officers of Allegheny County, the town of Rushford, the town of Centerville, and the Cuba Rushford Letchworth and Pioneer Central School Districts, and published on July 25th, 2024 in the Hornell Evening Tribune, newspaper general circulation available to the residents of the county. In addition, the executive director of the agency caused notice of this public hearing to be posted on July 18th, 2024 on the agency's website, and July 19th, 2024 on a public bulletin board located in the town of Rushford, Allegheny County, New York. Copies of this notice of the second public hearing are available on the table. And now, unless there's an objection, I'm going to suggest waiving the full reading of the notice of the second public hearing, since it's exactly what I already read you. And instead, I request that the full text of the notice of this second public hearing be inserted into the record of the second public hearing. The comments received today at the second public hearing will be presented to the members of the agency prior to the meeting, of which the members of the agency will consider whether to approve the undertaking of the proposed project by the agency and granting by the agency of any financial assistance in excess of $100,000. The notice of the second public hearing indicated that written comments could be addressed to Craig R. Clark, Executive Director, and no written comments have been received by the agency prior to this public hearing. I'll now introduce Sean Perry of Inver Energy, who will give a short overview of the proposed project. Sean?
Thanks, Craig. Alle Catt Wind Project, as you mentioned, is 340 megawatts wind generation facility in the towns of Arcade, Centerville, Rushford, Freedom, and Farmersville, New York, across 3 counties, Cattaraugus, Wyoming, and Allegheny. This project has been in development for over 8 years now, and is fully permitted by the state of New York through Article 10 of the Department of Public Service. We additionally have an Article 7 permit approved by the state as of last December for the transmission facility, which is our Gen-tie line to interconnect into the grid. Currently, the schedule is we anticipate tree clearing activities to begin in the November tree clearing window and run until March of 2025, with full civil construction beginning in April of 2025 and the site commissioning in December of 2026. In the town of Rushford, we have 6 primary turbines at 4.5 megawatts of generating capacity per unit, which would provide 27 megawatts of electricity generated within Rushford. We have signed road use agreements and host community agreements with the town of Rushford and would provide real property benefit, along with a pilot agreement of $5,000 per megawatt for the pilot and $5,950 for the host community agreement. Those turbines are located in the northwest corner of Rushford on private land of leased acreage, and associated infrastructure would be buried collection line to return that power to the collection substation in Freedom, and then interconnect into the grid in the town of Yorkshire.
Thank you, Sean. I'll now open the second public hearing for public comment at 7:09. And by way of the operating rules, if you wish to make a public comment, please raise your hand and I will call on you. Please wait to be recognized. Once recognized, please stand and state your name and address for the record. And we'll see how this goes, but we have to be open for at least 15 minutes. So if there are no questions, it depends on how that goes. Do you have any questions from the public? Okay, well, I'll give you another shot or two during the 15 minutes, but we actually only have to be open for 5 more minutes, so it's 7:15, so we only got 5 minutes. And this isn't my shortest one, but it's one of the shorter ones.
It's getting close to it, yeah.
I've had a lot that only lasts 15 minutes, so.
Any public hearings that were completely unattended whatsoever?
Yes. last time. Just want to confirm if there's any public comments to put in the record. If not, we will close the public hearing at 7:15. And thank you for attending. And we're off.